Hi there, and welcome to the third segment in the series Motor Basics. We're working on balance today. We're gonna start with the motor body in a standing upright position. So I want you to take those balance pegs or support beams or whatever you wanna call them, cross them, put them off to the side. We don't wanna trip on them. We're gonna be working balance in a standing position today. Let's do this. So as I stated in the intro, we're going to be doing balance in a standing position, but it's important that you know that there are many other ways you can work your balance in a prone position, seated, kneeling, even on your back. So just so you know, this is just one way of many ways you can work to challenge your balance. Today we're going to start with no resistance on your avocados, but take a moment, push both buttons in. So you are at a resistance of 9 pounds. Yes, 9 pounds when we get there. Let's begin standing facing the motor body. The motor is such a wonderful tool to feel the body, challenge the balance, and just feel a little bit more secure in exactly that, challenging your balance, yeah? So standing upright, feet are parallel, spread those toes wide. Feel a little bit of pressure down into that extension arm so you're feeling this connection down under the armpits, feeling connected to your back body. Right here, let's bend the knees, pitch the hips back, bring the chest forward. Just allow the motor to go with you. Feel a nice stretch here through your shoulders, through your lats, your back, your glutes, your hams. Soften the knees there just to start, and then curl that pelvis under. Roll that spine up. Stand nice and tall. Again, 2 more times. Inhale, we hinge. And then exhale, we round that spine up. Just enjoying the mobility of the spine. One more time. Inhale, we hinge. And exhale, we round, rolling it up, standing in that upright position, doing some work with an unloaded leg first. We're gonna just take both knees and bend and straighten. So as we bend and straighten, we're keeping the body completely upright, head over shoulders, over hips. Trust me, I know you want to send that tushy backwards. I know you want to squat, but we're not doing it. Bend and straighten. So you should feel some work, not really work, but you're gonna feel a nice stretch through your Achilles. So as we're doing this, we're building support into our dorsiflexors of our feet, into our ankles. So working to strengthen the ankles and feet, to help support us with fall prevention. The list goes on. Now from here, you're gonna hold, and we're gonna lift the heels and lower the heels. So again, rise up on the toes, lower the heels down. Now we're getting into those calves, working into our plantar flexors, so the muscles that point the foot, yes. Let's do a few more here. Last 2, just warming up those ankles and feet. Now let's put it together. Bend the knees and rise up, straighten those knees. We bend, rise up and straighten. Bend, rise up and straighten. Trust me, you're gonna wanna squat. Don't do it. Stay upright. Make those ankles work a little bit more. You will feel the lower half of the body, the glutes, right? Those quads. But I want you to be mindful that we're really trying to isolate it down at the end of that lever. Yeah, one more, just like that. And pause right there. Very nice. Right here, without the load, we're going to bring one leg to tabletop position. Feel how you're anchoring into that supporting foot and bring it back down. Same side, bring it up, bring it down. 2 more like that, up and down. Last one, just so you feel that supporting leg. Feel how the foot and ankle, glute and hamstring have to work. Let's go into the other side, lifting the knee, lower it down. Rising up and lowering down. Do 2 more just like that. So really anchoring into that supporting foot. 1 more. Bring it down and pause. Now, let's make this more fun. You have 2 options. We're gonna place our feet into the strap. You can just simply bring the strap to the foot and step on it. If that's not available to you, I want you to lay the motor down, place both feet into the straps, and then from there, you're just gonna bring it right back up, okay? So, changing it up a bit. Same movement, now with the addition of the weight. Do you feel how you have to push the motor away? Let's take a moment and simply bend the elbows, open up the chest, and push the motor away. So kind of like doing a little chest press, if you will. Yes? Take a couple more just like that. So you feel the connection. Now we're kind of incorporating the upper body to the lower body. I said kind of, but we are. 1 more just like that. Now hold right here. Let's do a couple more of those spinal movements here. We're gonna press the motor away, send the hips back, and then round the spine, standing up tall. Because it feels good, why not? 2 more, push the motor away. Curl, roll it up. Last one here, send it back, roll it up. Now hold right here. Staying here, I want you to lift the heel and lower the heel down. Now, with the resistance, I want you to feel how you have to work to press the heel into the mat and push the motor away at the same time. So lots of little things to think about here. But notice how much confidence it brings you to work on this balance in a standing position. Do 2 more here. And then just as we did, unloaded, we're gonna bend both knees. Ooh, my knee's cracked. And then lift the heel. So we bend and we lift. Bend and lift. Now, if you're feeling fancy and you want a little more challenge and you want a little bit of warmth in the body, I invite you to do a little jump. Little jump. Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, you can just bend and lift the heel. Let's take 2 more. Last one, and take a pause. Very nice. Shifting the weight into your left foot. Let's draw the right knee up and bring it down, just as we did before. Bring it up, bring it down. So I'm pushing down into my extension arm. Bring it down. 1 more like that. Bring it down. Now let's add a little extension. So from here, instead of my foot coming back to the floor, I'm gonna sweep it behind me to feel a little bit of hip extension here. Continuing to balance on my left standing leg, feeling the work in the bottom of the foot, feeling the work into that supporting glute and hamstring, but also in the working leg, the moving leg. Now, what if we add a little bit more? If you want to, you can stay here, or if you want to make it more exciting, you're gonna hinge forward, keeping the back flat, woo, and coming back up. You're gonna feel that resistance work against you. Push the motor away as you send the leg behind you and coming back in. So we're being very mindful of our lower body alignment, keeping the hips square, the knees over the toes. Whoop. I touched the floor. Last 2. I'm always fine admitting when I'm not perfect. Bring it up. Last one here. Sending it back. Bring it back through and step on it. Other side. Last ditty here. Bringing that left leg up, anchoring into that right supporting foot. Bring it down. You bring it up, you press it down. So you're working against that resistance. Last two here. One more. Now let's add that little hip extension, taking the leg back and bringing it forward. Again, reaching it back. So I like to flex my foot as I carry the leg back, thinking about the toe pointing down to the floor so that I know my hips are as squared off as they can be, because the dancer in me wants to arabesque and turn it out. Let's take the leg back and then option to send the body forward, hinging at the hip. Ooh, and coming up. You're gonna feel that work in that stabilizing leg, right? As you push that motor body away and come up, keeping a little bend in that supporting knee. Take 3 more. And up. You got this. Last 2. And up. Ooh, I'm all over the place on the side. Last one here. You bring it up and step on it. Very nice. So because we're gonna bring the motor body down, I'm just gonna have you do that now. So keep the feet in the straps, just swing the motor body through the legs, and then carefully take your feet out of the straps. There you go, done and done. So let's grab these pegs. We're gonna place them underneath the motor body. So we'll do it all together. And then while we're down here, let's change our resistance to a light setting. So both buttons are pushed out on your avocados, or if you really want to get fancy, the variable resistance modules. That's the technical term. And then go ahead and stand at the back of your motor here. All right, standing nice and tall. Now, because of the shape of the motor, you're going to get a lot of feedback underneath your feet because we're going to stand on it. I want you to take your right foot onto the motor and just feel what that feels like underneath that foot. And just take a moment to just hinge forward and bring it back. So now, do you feel that dorsiflexion on the feet, right? What we were just doing during our warm-up. Now it's carrying over into this work here. So working through the same position of the foot, and now making those legs work a little bit more here. Now, what if you play around with this and come up, tap the toe, whoa, what's happening? And bring it down, right? So a little different. We hinge forward, we tap, we bring it down. You can take your hands to your hips. You can take your hands out to a T if that feels better for you. Do what works for you. And tap and bring it down. Just do one more like that. Tap and bring it down. Now option, you can continue to tap or you can bypass the tap and bring the knee up. So these are just simple ways to work on that balance in an upright position that build confidence, that give you feedback in the bottom of those feet to work on fall prevention and your reaction time. The stronger your ankles and feet are, if you trip over cracks in the cement like I do all the time, you'll be able to catch yourself. Good, bring it down. I have decent balance, but I never said I wasn't clumsy. Let's take the left foot on to that motor body. Same thing, just simple hinges at the hip. Working through both ankles and feet. Doing a couple more there. And then adding on, taking a nice little step tap. You step up, you tap, and bring it down. See if you can create a little hang time there at the top. Right? See if you can challenge the body not to come down so quickly. A little lift. I like to think of lifting up through the crown of my head, rather than stepping straight forward. Option to add the knee lift. Bring it up, bring it down. So as we're doing this, I'm thinking of lifting up and looking beyond my mat. Because when you look down, where do you think you're gonna go? So your focus is just as important as everything else. 2 more, up and down. The answer is down, by the way. Last one, bring it down and rest. Okay, let's play around with this. I want you to walk the beam. Right foot on the motor body. We're gonna take the left foot, step onto that motor, switch, walk the beam. What? Right, your motor's not that high off the floor. So if you fall, you're not going very far. If this is a little too scary for you, grab a friend, grab a pole, right, or a broomstick, grab a chair to build confidence, right? You have to start somewhere. Let's do that one more time, just walking forward and back. If you have to regroup at the back every time, then do it, yes? This is your movement practice. You're just testing the waters. Let's switch sides, yeah? So it's like you're on your own little tightrope walk or a little balance beam here. Now I have my arms out, right? So it helps kind of counterbalance my posture. If you want, you could take your hands to your hips. Or if you're feeling really, see, I just came out of it. If you're feeling really fancy, you could take your arms overhead. Do what feels good for you. Woo. Same rules apply, yes? So, my friend, Miss Erica Quest says, I think a lot of us quote her, look down as much as you need to, but as little as possible, right? So do what you gotta do for yourself. Let's do one more to get ourselves back. And then we're gonna come off of there. Very nice, okay. So we're gonna do those step taps again, but let's place our feet into the strap. So you're gonna walk forward, place the strap around the ankles, and then from here, it's fairly light, so we're gonna carefully walk it back. All right, we're here. Take that right foot onto the motor body. We're here. Either hands to your hips or hands out to the side. We're gonna step up, we're gonna tap, and bring it down. Now, we've added a whole new element. Now you have resistance working with you and against you. Yes? The resistance is pulling that foot forward, but you have to control it. Now, what if we take out the toe tap and get into those hip flexors a little bit more and draw the knee up? Now, even though the strap is around that supporting ankle, I'm still feeling good feedback here from the resistance module. I feel more anchored in my foot as I step up. So love, love what the motor has to offer. Let's do 2 more. And last one here. Can you hold it here? Can you balance? Can you maintain that position? Holding. Maybe send your arms overhead. For all I know, my hands are out of the frame. That's okay. Hold it and bring it down. Good. Let's do the other side. So we're here. Staying nice and tall. You can take your hands out to the T or to your hips. We're going to step up, tap, and bring it down. Step up, tap, and bring it down. So finding ways to challenge the balance. And I don't know if I said this, and you may or may not know this already, but our balance begins to digress between the ages of 25 and 30. What? So maybe you're there, or maybe you're not there yet, who knows? But it's never too late or too early to work on balance. Add your knee raise. I'll quit yakking. Bring it up and bring it down. Now, don't be surprised if one side feels kind of easier to balance on than the other. I was a dancer and I was a right turner, So balancing on my left leg, I could probably do it all day long. Let's do a few more just like that. Last two. We're gonna hold this one. Last one, we bring it up. We hold it. Option to take your arms overhead. What if we get real crazy and change our focus? What if we look up? What? Oh, my ankles and feet are working. My ankle. What if I look down? Yes. If you fell, that's okay. You can hop back up and come out of it. Whew, very nice. So we're gonna step it forward. There's one more way that we're gonna just play around with balance on your motor. I'm not gonna elaborate too much on it because I feel like I've been talking and teaching a long time. So here's where we're at. I want you to find a static balance in a side position. So now your feet are gonna be working differently on that motor. You're gonna feel the arches of your feet working. I want you to see if you can step up, tap, bring it down. Yes, just play. See how that feels. Can you bring yourself up and hold yourself up? Try the other leg. Yes, I didn't specify which foot to start with, but try it. Yeah, feeling how your arches have to really wrap themselves around that motor body. Now, can you step up and hold it there? Maybe you feel like you're surfing. It's okay, find it. I find it easier if you just kind of soften the knees a little bit, anchor down into your feet. Hello, kitty. From here, let's play a little bit. What if you move the weight of the heel on top of the motor body? Ooh, yes. It might feel more challenging or it might feel easier. Let's do the other direction. What if we walk it back to come onto our toes? Feel the wrapping of the toes. What if you lift your heels? Playing around. So we often underestimate how important it is to work on the health and strength of our ankles and feet. They are our foundation, right? So if they're not strong, how do you expect everything else to kind of follow in their footsteps? Pun intended. I hope I used that right. My husband might laugh at me. Come back, just standing evenly on the motor. Very nice. So, as I stated, these are motor basics, so just some ideas in which you can utilize the motor to its full extent. These are just the basics to help get you going. If you have questions, comment below. Never hesitate to email me. I leave all that information in the caption below the video. If there was something that you liked or you didn't like, again, comment. I don't know unless you tell me. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I'll see you again next week for episode 4 in the series of Motor Basics. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you liked this video. Give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget, subscribe and you'll be notified when the next video drops. And in the meantime, come join me on Instagram. I hope to see you soon.